Welcome to Area DMG.
Welcome back to Area DMG, the internet's last mistake. I'm your host, Philip Wesley, the Mile High Mouth, and today we're going to take a look at Space Invaders 94 for the Game Boy, rather the Super Game Boy. Now, there's two ways to play this. You can play it the Super Game Boy mode, which is the weird, smaller version of it that they made, or you can do the right thing if you're using it with this. And by the way, the arcade mode on this was actually released later on as a standalone Super Nintendo game. Let me show you why. We're going to pick arcade, okay? Because this is actually the best way to play Space Invaders. Okay, arcade. Start. Arcade Space Invaders are now invading your Super NES. Please wait. Yeah, it's like a whole other game inside there. Look at that, Mode 7 effects. Yeah. The classic Invaders. From 1978, return. Oh yeah. By the way, this is like one of the best versions of ooh, let's see the arcade options. Yeah. Let's see. Do you want stereo, mono? Nope. Yeah. Arcade game mode. What do you want? Upright cabinet screen, black and white. Oh, there's some artifacting on this because I'm using a really cheap HDMI upscaler. It's terrible. It was like $10. Sorry. No, there's black and white with cellophane. Anyways, there's the upright cabinet screen, which had like a cellophane over it. It was just black and white. Just black and white, then black and white with cellophane, and then just color. Let's do color. Let's play some Space Invaders, everybody. Yeah, Tato. Play Space Invaders. Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. We're gonna do one player. Bum, 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 bum. We're gonna play this. Do you see this? I remember people are like, you can shoot through your houses to keep yourself from things. It won't actually protect you as much as you'd like. This is actually a safe spot right here for the most part. It actually isn't very safe, but it works for me. You can shoot through some of the shots. Now, this terrible thing that I've got here, which this 1080 upscaler, which was like a way cheap thing that I got off this depot, it's terrible. It was $10. It is the oh god, that's awful. It is the awful. It's just like really bad. Like look at all the problems and errors. But it was $10, so I don't care. I'll get a better one at some point, or I'll raise up something and see if we can get one of those NTs. A Super NT would be awesome. You know. Oh no. Got him. It just keeps going. Any of my buttons, well, L and R don't do anything, but all the face buttons are fire. So, I'm also playing this with an arcade stick. A Super Nintendo arcade stick, actually. So I'm playing it the way it's meant to be played. Boom, boom. Oh my gosh, they're too close. I don't like how close they are. Because remember, if they reach the bottom, it's game over. And There's no Will Smith to go welcome to Earth to Space Invaders. God, it's like I'm playing on an old monitor. Like, look, like if you're playing on a badly um, kept together arcade cabinet. Oh, dang it. Although this kind of feels fairly authentic, to be honest. Oh yeah, this is good stuff, by the way. Oof. Game over. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It took out that little thing. Play. Space Invaders. Watch. It's gonna fix that in a moment too. You know what I'm talking about. You see it. Thank you, tiny alien. You're so helpful. And you're only 10 points. 10-point alien, 20-point alien, 30-point alien. Those are their names, although there's like a Funko or vinyl something or other for these. I've got one. Family gave it to me. I was like, thank you, family. And it says medium invader. And I'm like, you mean the 20-point invader? Whatever. Actually, let's see. Does it? Watch. It brings me back over to here. I'm going to show you some of the other stuff about this. We're doing the arcade mode. Let's do black and white with cellophane. See the cellophane stuff over the window over that? Yeah. It's black and white with stupid cellophane over the cover, over the screen. People are like, "Oh my god, it's color now." Yes, so color. Yeah, as you can tell, not that exciting. Not as exciting as say the color one. Yeah. Oh, by the way, you can't go back to Super Game Boy version from here. You have to turn it off, then turn it back on to go just to Super Game Boy version. But dang, I love this. It's good stuff. Boom, it's like the best version of Space Invaders. Yeah, black and white is just like this, but without the cellophane on it. Was just black and white, no color. I do like how they turned red when like you died in the color version. The color version has a lot of I guess the best way to put it would be spirit. Dang it, got him, missed him. Dang it. Dun 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 dun. Oh wait, no, it doesn't let you. Doesn't let you like go to anything else. We have to die in order for this to work. Okay, you're gonna die. Well, we could die after we get a high score, or we'll just die. Game over. And well, black and white's just black and white. That would make a cool tattoo. I mean, that invader there, because I mean, when you look at it, it's pretty awesome. Anyways, upright cabinet screen. Yeah. See that background? Hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. This is the way to play it, though. I'm okay at Space Invaders. I'm actually pretty okay at these like old arcade games for the most part. That's why I like so many of them. Missed them. Oh well. Do, 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 do. You know, out of all the weird Space Invader things they had over the years, I would feel that Space Invaders 94, the version that's here on that's hidden in a Game Boy Color game, rather in an old Game Boy game, is actually my favorite version. Yep. There were some Williams Arcade ports that were put out after this, but they're not anywhere near as good. Those are like Defender and Joust. Defender's a good game. I would buy that again as an arcade archive. Yeah. Oh man, I love my arcade games. Ah, kind of reminder, if you're ever in the Denver area and you're able to get to, say, Rocky Mountain Pinball Showdown, do it. It's good stuff. And there's like Space Invaders. Well, not Space Invaders. Yeah, there are. Pac-Man. Man, people gotta appreciate the classics, old school classics. I feel like this is actually the most respectful version of Space Invaders, even though it's not the most accurate in terms of like how it plays. Eh, game over. Oh, and just to show it one more time, I think I'm just gonna show you the I'll show you the black and white version, which with this terrible upscaler, it's not gonna look that good. It's okay. Yep. Space Invaders. Invaders. Yeah. One thing I thought was kind of interesting is that when this came out, it was a $30 game. Why are you paying $30 for a Game Boy version of Space Invaders? Well, because of this. Specifically because of this. I own multiple copies of this game. Actually, I own multiple copies of this game because there's actually a two-player version in the Game Boy one where you can link up the Game Boy stuff, like your Game Boys, and one person's on the other side, so you're shooting the, if I remember correctly. I have to check. It's been a while. I'm trying to remember if this one has a two-player thing on it or not. Well, whatever. Yeah, it's got two players taking turns. Yeah, in this version. Boom. Yeah. God, this feels so retro. But I love it. Bum, 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 bum. I should get a better HDMI space, up whatevering, but it was $10, so I don't care. It's like the cheapest one I could find. Sorry, I like cheaping out on stuff. I'm poor. Poor. So poor you can't even afford the rest of the word. God, I hope someday someone makes like a proper Space Invaders movie. Okay, if you've seen Pixels, there was some stuff in Pixels that worked, some stuff that didn't. Pixels should have been something similar to like a Ghostbuster style thing. And there's a section in Pixels, which I did actually buy a Blu-ray because I was like, yeah, I actually kind of liked it. There's a part in Pixels where they're taking on like the centipede, right? And then they're taking on the centipede, and this whole thing there, they're just gleefully destroying the stuff there and shooting at it, and like there's a section in that movie where I'm like, okay, if the rest of the movie had been as fun as this section with the centipede, this would have been perfect. I feel like there's too much where they're just like, that really needs somebody to take a look and say, you know what, some of the things you're doing here, don't. That would have been nice. Like the weird stuff with Hubert. I do admit that I think that Hubert had a better shake in Wreck-It Ralph. Yeah. Speaking of which, Wreck-It Ralph 2 came out on 4K Blu-ray, and I need to do a first 15 of that. It's a pretty good movie. Oh my gosh. Although this month, I think we're in March, right? We're in March 2019. Yeah. This month, near the end of this month, is um, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and that's gonna be awesome. But yeah, like we'll have stuff that we talk about here. And believe me, this is not the last thing I'm gonna play on the Super Game Boy here, you know? Whoop, whoop, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah. Oh man. Game over. Whoop, whoop. But yeah, that's Space Invaders 94. Rather just the arcade mode that's hidden in the Game Boy game. Now remember, there's actually multiple versions of Space Invaders on the Game Boy and the Super Nintendo. There's a Space Invaders on the Super Nintendo, which is kind of a standalone version of this. But not as good. And then there's a black and white Space Invaders that's not Super Game Boy compatible, and you don't want that one. You want the one that's got like the Super Game Boy features. The Super Game Boy features are pretty decent on this too, and I'll show those in another video. But for right now, I just wanted to show you the hidden Game Boy game. Sorry, the hidden Super Nintendo game inside a Game Boy game. Yeah, because it's pretty crazy. But yeah, hit that thumbs up, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that little bell so you're notified whenever we have a brand new video here on Area DMG. Until next video comes out, you are now caught up.
Morning, Maya.